Have you ever tried to make your life finally calm and simple, only to discover that your mind becomes even noisier the moment the outside world quiets down? Have you ever thought that if you just escaped from the busy city, left that stressful job, or ended that messy relationship, your heart would finally relax? And yet, even in a peaceful room, your thoughts still argue, worry, and complain inside you? Welcome back to this channel. I am grateful you are here again, taking time from your day to sit down, listen, and look into your own heart. Here we talk about awakening, wisdom, karma, compassion, practice, and destiny, not as abstract ideas, but as something you can actually feel in your breath and your everyday choices. Today we are going to walk together with the guidance of Thich and Nhat, a gentle teacher who spent his life reminding people of one simple truth: you cannot buy peace by rearranging the outside world. Real peace begins from within. Many of us share the same dream. We say, "I want a quiet life. No more drama, no more shouting, no more endless pressure." We imagine a house in the countryside, or a stable job with no overtime, or a partner who always understands us without conflict. We say, "If I just had that, I would finally be calm." So we try, we move, we change jobs, we avoid certain people, we adjust our schedule, we travel to peaceful places. But soon we discover something strange. The outside becomes quieter, yet the inside becomes louder. Old worries return in new clothes. New fears appear in the empty spaces we created. It is like moving from a noisy street to a silent room, and suddenly hearing a buzzing sound you never noticed before. The buzzing was always there, but the traffic noise covered it. In the same way, when the outer chaos fades, the inner chaos becomes impossible to ignore. Thich and Nhat used to say that many people are afraid of silence, not because silence is scary, but because in silence, all the voices in their own heart become audible. They are afraid to meet themselves. So in this long sharing, we will explore together why our hearts can be so noisy, even when life seems safe and calm on the surface. We will look at the hidden habits that keep generating inner storms, no matter where we go. We will walk through stories of people who tried to run away from noise, but ended up discovering that the real work is inside. We will also learn some simple, practical ways to begin touching true peace, the kind that does not depend on everything going perfectly in your life, the kind that can exist even in the middle of difficulty. If right now your mind feels like a crowded train station, with thoughts rushing past, worries shouting over each other, and you secretly believe that only a different life could make you okay, then this conversation is for you. Let us start with a very ordinary scene. Imagine someone named Daniel. He lives in the city, works in an office, and has an endless list of responsibilities. His days are full of meetings, emails, deadlines, and constant notifications on his phone. After several years of this, he feels exhausted. When he finally comes home at night, he just lies on the couch, scrolling through his phone or watching videos until late. He says he wants rest, but his mind never truly rests. One day, after a particularly stressful week, he says to a friend, "I cannot live like this anymore. My brain is tired. My heart is tired. I need a quiet life." So he changes his plan. He resigns from his job, takes a remote freelance position with fewer hours, and moves to a small town near the mountains. The air is clean. The nights are silent. The neighbors are friendly. For a few weeks, he feels like he is in heaven. He wakes up without an alarm, hears birds instead of traffic, makes coffee slowly, looks at the mountains. He posts photos online with captions like "simple life and peace at last." But after the honeymoon stage, something unexpected happens. On a quiet afternoon, when there are no urgent tasks and no one is bothering him, he sits by the window with a cup of tea. Instead of feeling peace, he feels restless. His legs shakes. He checks his phone again and again, even though there are no messages. His mind starts to wander into old worries. Did I make a mistake quitting that job? What if my money runs out? What if my career stops progressing? What if people think I failed? He tries to push these thoughts away, but the more he pushes, the louder they shout. He walks around the house, but the buzzing in his head walks with him. Days go by. The town is still quiet. The mountains still stand calmly, but his inner world has turned into a storm. He catches himself thinking, "I left the city because it was too noisy, but now I feel even less at peace. What is wrong with me?" This is the moment where many people either panic or wake up. If he panics, he might blame the place or his decision. Maybe this town is too boring. He might think, maybe I need to move again. Or maybe I was just not made for quiet. Maybe I need the busy city after all. If he begins to wake up, he might realize something far more important. The actual source of noise is not outside. It is inside his own mind. Changing the environment can help for a while, but if the root is inside, only inner transformation can bring real peace. Thich and Nhat often guided people in a very simple meditation to see this clearly. He would invite them to sit comfortably, close their eyes, and just notice their breathing. In, out, in, out. He would say softly, "You do not have to fight your thoughts. Just notice that thoughts are like clouds, and your awareness is like the sky. Clouds come and go. The sky remains open and calm." The first time someone tries this, the clouds seem endless. Thoughts about work, about love, about the past, about the future, about something embarrassing that happened 3 years ago, about what to eat for dinner. They feel frustrated. They say, "My mind is too noisy. I cannot meditate." He would smile and answer, "It is not that your mind suddenly became noisy. It is that for the first time, you are really listening." Meditation is not creating the noise. It is revealing what is already there. In a similar way, when you move from a busy life to a quiet one, the noise inside does not appear out of nowhere. It was always there, under the surface of constant activity, work, entertainment, scrolling, socializing. They all functioned as background noise covering your inner voices. Once those distractions fade, the inner voices step forward. Why is your inner world so loud? There are several deep reasons. The teaching speaks of seeds in consciousness. Every experience you have ever had plants a tiny seed in your mind. The seed of fear, the seed of anger, the seed of craving, the seed of jealousy, the seed of understanding, the seed of compassion. When conditions are right, those seeds wake up and turn into mental states. If for many years you have watered seeds of anxiety by constantly worrying, seeds of anger by replaying old hurts, seeds of craving by always wanting something more, then even in a peaceful environment, these seeds will wake up and start talking. Imagine a garden that you never tended consciously. Maybe wild thorny plants grew on their own. You cannot blame the sky for the thorns. The garden must be cared for from the inside. Your consciousness is like that garden. The noise is not an enemy. It is a sign that certain seeds have grown strong and are asking for your attention. The modern world encourages a method of dealing with this that does not really work. It tells you, If you feel inner discomfort, quickly do something outside to cover it. Shop, scroll, drink, chase another goal. Thich and Nhat suggested the opposite approach. Do not run away. Stop and be with yourself. If your heart does not feel peaceful, that is exactly the moment to sit down and breathe with it. Let us walk through the story of another person, a woman called Lily, to see how this works in daily life. Lily lives with her husband and 2 children. On the surface, her life is stable. She has a part-time job. She cooks. She does housework. She helps the kids with homework. She often says to friends, "I do not need anything big. I just want a simple, quiet life." Yet, if you could hear her internal monologue, it sounds like a radio that never turns off. In the morning, she wakes up already tense. Will the kids be late for school? Did I forget anything for their lunch? What if the teacher thinks I am a bad mother? When she checks social media, she compares herself to other mothers. Look at her house. So clean. Look at their vacation photos. They look so happy. Why is my life so messy? When her husband comes home late and tired, she wants to talk about her day. But she thinks, he is tired. I should not bother him. Then she feels lonely and unimportant. Another voice in her head says, "You are too needy. No one likes a woman who complains." At night, the house is quiet, but her mind replays small events. That friend did not reply to my message today. Did I offend her? The teacher said my child was a bit distracted in class. Does that mean I am failing as a mother? Her life, from the outside, looks calm. There is no dramatic conflict. But inside, she is exhausted. She thinks, if I can make the house even more organized, if the kids can get perfect grades, if my husband can treat me more gently, then I will finally feel peaceful. So she keeps trying to fix the external details. She buys storage boxes to organize everything. She signs the kids up for extra classes. She reads relationship articles and tries different ways of talking to her husband. Some things improve a little, but the constant anxiety does not leave. One day, she hears a talk by a teacher based on Thich and Nhat and chest teachings. The teacher says, many of us think that to have peace, we must rearrange the world. In reality, the first step to peace is to come home to ourselves. We need to learn how to sit with our own breathing, our own body, our own thoughts, without running away. The sentence that hits her heart the most is this: the true home is not a physical house, but the gentle awareness that can hold whatever is happening inside you. She realizes, I have always tried to create a quiet house, but I have never learned to create a quiet home inside myself. She decides to try something new. Every night, after the children sleep, instead of going straight to her phone, she sits on a chair. She sets a timer for just 10 minutes and closes her eyes. She simply breathes. At first, it is very uncomfortable. Her mind shouts, "This is a waste of time. There are dishes to wash. There are messages to check. You are not doing anything." Then old worries come back. That thing the teacher said about her child. That look her husband gave when she forgot something. That comment from a relative about her weight. Her instinct is to get up and distract herself. But she remembers the direction. Do not run away. So she stays. She observes her mind like watching a movie. She notices that the same themes repeat. Fear of being judged as a bad mother. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of being unlovable. Slowly, she begins to bring a new element into this practice. Kindness. She imagines that inside her is a small, frightened child who keeps asking, "Am I okay? Do I matter? Will someone take care of me?" For years, She had tried to get other people to answer those questions so that she could feel safe. Now she tries to answer them herself. On each out breath, she silently says, "I see you." On each in breath, she says, "It is okay." At first it feels silly, but as days go by, something very subtle shifts. Her inner noise does not vanish overnight, but its tone changes. The voices become less harsh, more like waves than like knives. She still has the same outer life. The kids still sometimes misbehave. Her husband still has his own moods. The house still gets messy. But inside, she has begun to build a new habit, coming back to her breath instead of chasing every anxious thought. This is the heart of what Thich and Nhat taught. Peace is not a place you escape to. Peace is a quality of attention you bring to whatever place you are in. He often used very ordinary images to explain this. He would say, when you wash the dishes, just wash the dishes. Feel the warm water, the plate in your hands, your feet on the ground. When you walk, just walk. Feel each step touching the earth. When you drink tea, just drink tea. Feel the warmth in your mouth, the fragrance, the simple pleasure. Most of us do not live like this. When we wash dishes, we are thinking about tomorrow's meeting. When we walk, we are scrolling through our phone, lost in other people's lives. When we drink tea, we are planning the next 10 things we have to do. Our body is in one place, but our mind is somewhere else. This split creates inner noise. Mindfulness, in Thich and Nhat in HS way, is the art of bringing body and mind back together in the same moment. When they are together, there is a sense of presence that feels like peace, even if nothing special is happening. He used to ask, if you are not here in the present moment, where is your life? Think about it. You worry about the future. You cannot control it. You regret the past. You cannot change it. Meanwhile, the only place you can actually touch life, make choices, and experience reality is the present moment. And yet you are rarely fully there. No wonder the heart is noisy. It is like a person who is always packing their bag, preparing to leave, but never actually arrives anywhere. Let us imagine another scenario to see how this applies to difficult emotions, not just mild stress. There is a man named George. He carries a lot of unhealed anger from his childhood. His father was harsh, easily irritated, often shouting or criticizing. As a child, George learned to survive by either hiding or exploding. When he could not hide, he fought back. Now he is an adult, with a family of his own. He loves his partner and his child. But sometimes, without wanting to, he finds himself repeating his father's patterns. One day, after a long and tiring day, his child spills juice on the floor. It is a small accident, but George feels something snap inside. He begins to shout loudly, saying hurtful words. The child cries in fear. Later, when the house is quiet, George feels ashamed. He tells himself, I am a terrible person. I promised I would never be like my father, but I am. He thinks, maybe what I need is to leave everything and go somewhere alone. Then, I will not hurt anyone. Maybe a monastery, maybe a mountain, maybe a foreign country. This temptation to escape is common. We think that distance will solve what is actually inside us. If George simply runs away, his environment will change, but the seeds of anger will still travel with him. In the new place, sooner or later, someone will step on those seeds and the same fire will rise again. What he truly needs is not outer isolation, but inner understanding. If he follows the guidance of Thich and Nhat, the next time he feels anger rising, he will try a different response. The first sign might be physical: tightness in the chest, heat in the face, pressure behind the eyes. The moment he notices these, he can take 3 slow, deep breaths. On each breath, he silently names what is happening. Breathing in, I know anger is here. Breathing out, I take care of my anger. He is not pretending that there is no anger. He is recognizing it as a guest, not as his entire identity. This recognition already creates a space. Instead of being drowned in anger, he is the one who sees the anger. This slight distance allows choice. If possible, he might step out of the room for a moment, not as an aggressive exit, but as a form of protection. He might say, I am feeling upset. I need a moment to calm down. I will come back. Then, alone, he can continue breathing with the feeling. He may be surprised to discover that if he does not keep feeding the anger with stories in his mind, it rises, peaks, and then slowly softens, just like a wave. Later, when he feels more stable, he can speak to his family about what happened. He can apologize without falling into self-hatred. He can honestly say, I am learning to take care of my anger. It is not easy, but I want to protect you from it, not with distance, but with understanding. This is inner work. It does not always look dramatic from the outside, but each time he does this, he is changing his karma. He is not passing on the old pattern blindly. He is consciously holding his feeling with awareness and compassion. Peace begins inside, but it does not end there. When you make peace with your own emotions, you naturally create more peace for those around you. Thich and Nhat sometimes said that the greatest gift you can offer to another person is your own calm presence. When you have some peace inside, your way of listening, of speaking, of walking, of touching objects, all carries that peace. People can feel it even if they do not know why. On the other hand, if your mind is chaotic, even if you are in a silent room, you radiate nervousness. Others feel on edge near you. So if you say, I want a quiet life, it is worth asking yourself, do I only want the surroundings to be quiet, or am I willing to become a quiet person inside? Becoming quiet inside does not mean losing your voice or suppressing your feelings. It means that your awareness becomes wider than your reactions. You begin to see how your worries are often recycled thoughts, how your fears often speak in the same sentences again and again, how your anger often repeats old dramas. The more you see this clearly, the less you are forced by it. You can say inside, I see you, my old pattern. I know you want to protect me, but I also know that I have another way now, a wiser way. This is awakening in everyday life, not only when you sit on a cushion, but when you answer the phone, when you cook dinner, when you drive, when you listen to your child. You might wonder, how does all this relate to karma and destiny? How does sitting and breathing change anything so big as fate? The teaching on karma says that every thought, word, and action leaves an imprint in your consciousness. These imprints accumulate and shape your tendencies. Your tendencies then influence your choices. Your choices create chains of cause and effect that form your life path. If your mind is always noisy, you are likely to act out of confusion. You might speak impulsively, react harshly, overcommit, make decisions you later regret. Those actions then create stressful consequences, which feed back into your mind, creating more noise. This is how people get trapped in cycles of chaos, even when they want peace. When you start to cultivate inner awareness, even for a few minutes a day, you interrupt this cycle. Imagine you are about to send an angry message. In that moment, if you have a habit of pausing and taking 3 conscious breaths, You might see that this message will only create more conflict. You might choose to wait and respond later. That single small change can prevent an argument, preserve a relationship, and set your life on a slightly different course. If you repeat such shifts many times, the direction of your destiny slowly turns. From the outside, it may look like you became calmer with age. From the inside, you know that peace did not fall from the sky. You planted it, breath by breath, through the way you met your own mind. Sometimes people say, "This all sounds beautiful, but my life is too busy. I do not have time to meditate for hours." Thich and Nhat understood this very well. He often worked with teachers, police officers, politicians, parents, soldiers, people whose days were full. His invitation was gentle. Do not wait for a perfect situation. Bring practice into your existing life. If you drive, use red lights as reminders each time you stop. Instead of sighing or picking up your phone, take a slow breath and feel your body in the seat. If you walk from one room to another, slow your steps just a little and feel your feet touch the floor. If you wash your hands, instead of rushing, feel the water on your skin and be grateful for this simple moment. Tiny pauses like this are drops of peace that slowly fill the cup. You do not need to change your job or move to the countryside to start. You can begin in the exact life you have now. Of course, sometimes outer changes are also necessary. If your environment is extremely toxic or violent, if your work is destroying your health, if your relationships are deeply harmful, it is wise to seek safer conditions. The teaching does not ask you to stay in situations of severe harm. But even then, if you only run away without looking at your own patterns, you will likely end up in similar situations again, because your inner habits will unconsciously recreate them. True change combines outer adjustments with inner transformation. Let us imagine you are someone who is always surrounded by noise. Maybe you live in a crowded household, or a big city, or you worked in a noisy environment. You might think, "I cannot have peace until I escape all this." What if you tried a small experiment? Pick one daily activity and declare it your peace practice. It could be your morning shower. It could be the first 3 minutes after you wake up. It could be the moment you sit down to eat. During that activity, decide to be fully present. Feel each sensation. Notice each breath. When thoughts come, do not fight them, but do not follow them either. Let them pass like cars on the road while use it safely on the sidewalk. At first it may feel awkward, maybe even frustrating. Your mind will bring up tasks, worries, memories. It will try to pull you out of the moment. But if you persist, you will slowly discover that peace is not an absence of sound, but an absence of inner struggle. Even in a noisy place, you can have a quiet heart. In fact, some of the most peaceful people you will ever meet live in very busy circumstances. They have learned to rest in their breath, in their body, in the present moment, like someone sitting under a tree watching a storm pass by. The storm is real, but they are not blown away. This inner stability is a great power. It is not loud, it does not boast, but it changes everything. When you have some peace inside, you make decisions not from panic, but from clarity. You treat others not as threats, but as fellow humans with their own pain. You feel sadness and joy, but you are not completely consumed by them. It is important to remember that this path is not about suppressing feelings. If you try to push everything down in the name of peace, you only build pressure that will one day explode. True peace comes from understanding. You see your feelings clearly. You allow them space. and you listen to what they are trying to tell you without being dragged around by them. Sometimes your anxiety may be pointing to a real issue that needs attention, like a health problem or a relationship problem. Sometimes it is just an old habit of fear replaying in your mind. Mindful awareness helps you distinguish between these. In this way, peace and wisdom walk together. So when you say, "I want my life to be quiet," the deeper question to ask yourself is this: am I willing to do the inner work to become quiet inside, or do I only want the world to adjust itself to my comfort? The first path leads to growth. The second path usually leads to disappointment, because the world does not obey our wishes. People change. Circumstances shift. Bodies age. Economy rises and falls. Opinions differ. If your peace depends on everything going exactly your way, you will rarely feel peaceful. But if your peace is rooted in your ability to come back to your breath, your body, and your clear awareness, then you can carry that peace into many situations. You may still feel pain. Awakening does not remove all pain. Even the most awakened beings feel sorrow at the suffering of others. The difference is that they do not turn pain into endless mental stories. They feel it directly, respond with compassion, and then return to the present. They do not add extra suffering through resistance. In this sense, peace is deeply connected to acceptance. Acceptance does not mean passive resignation. It means seeing clearly what is happening, without denial, and then responding from wisdom rather than from blind reaction. For example, if you are diagnosed with an illness, acceptance is not saying, "I cannot do anything." Acceptance is saying, "This is really happening. I do not like it. I am scared, but I will not waste my energy pretending it is not real. I will use my energy to understand my options, to care for my body, to ask for support, to live meaningfully with whatever time I have." In such a situation, your mind can easily become noisy with what-if thoughts. What if I die soon? What if treatment fails? What if people forget me? Mindfulness offers a way to hold these thoughts without drowning. You can sit and breathe and say, "Hello, fear. I know you are here. I will take care of you." This may sound strange, but addressing your own fear with gentle words is powerful. It is like a parent holding a frightened child. The fear may not disappear immediately, but it calms enough for you to take the next step. This is how peace, wisdom, compassion, karma, and destiny relate in a very practical way. Every time you meet your inner noise with harshness, you deepen the habit of inner war. Every time you meet it with awareness and kindness, you deepen the habit of inner peace. Those habits, repeated over months and years, shape the entire flavor of your life. They influence your relationships, your health, your choices. They influence the kind of person you become. And the kind of person you become is, in many ways, your destiny. It is not written by some outside authority. It is written moment by moment in the way you respond to your own heart. As we come toward the end of this reflection, I want to speak to you directly, as if we were sitting together in a quiet room. Maybe you have done your best to arrange a gentle life. You have tried to avoid unnecessary drama. You have simplified your schedule. You have maybe even left certain toxic environments. Yet your mind still shouts, worries, compares, complains. Please, do not take this as proof that you are failing. Take it as an invitation. Life is inviting you inward. It is inviting you to become curious about your own mind, to learn how it works, to take responsibility for the seeds you water. You do not have to make this journey perfectly. No one does. There will be days when you remember to breathe, and days when you forget, There will be times when you stay calm and times when you explode. The important thing is that you keep returning. Keep returning to your breath. Keep returning to your body. Keep returning to the present moment. Each return is like a step on the path of awakening. If you can, tonight or tomorrow, try this simple practice inspired by Thich and Nhat. Find a moment when you are not driving or using heavy machines. Sit comfortably. Place one hand on your belly and one on your chest. Close your eyes. As you breathe in, gently notice your belly rise. As you breathe out, notice it fall. Silently say with each in-breath. Breathing in, I calm my body. Silently say with each out-breath. Breathing out, I smile to my heart. You may feel silly. That is okay. You may feel restless. That is okay. You may feel emotional. That is okay. The goal is not to produce a special state. The goal is to show yourself that you are willing to come home. If you continue this for 5 or 10 minutes, once a day, you will slowly discover that there is a space inside you that is larger than your noise. Sometimes it will feel like a tiny space, just a narrow gap between thoughts. Other times it will open more widely, like a quiet field. That space is your true refuge. You may spend your whole life looking for peace outside, and there is nothing wrong with arranging your environment as kindly as you can. But the deepest peace, the kind that stays with you through many different seasons of life, is the peace you cultivate in your own heart. It is the peace that comes from seeing clearly, from understanding your own patterns, from embracing yourself and others with compassion. It is the peace that Thich and Nhat pointed to when he said that our true home is not a physical location, but the mindful awareness that is available in every breath. So the next time you find yourself thinking, I just want a quiet life, notice what your mind does next. Does it immediately start planning new outer changes? Or can you gently ask yourself, how can I become a little quieter inside today? Maybe the answer will be as simple as, I will put my phone down during breakfast and actually taste my food. Or, I will listen fully when my child speaks, without half my attention on something else. Or, I will take 3 conscious breaths before I reply to that stressful email. These are small acts, but they are seeds. Seeds of peace, seeds of wisdom, seeds of freedom. If you keep planting them, watering them with patience, and protecting them with kindness, one day you will look back and realize that your destiny has gently turned. Your outer life may not be perfect, but your inner landscape will be more spacious, more forgiving, more grounded. And in that quiet inner space, you will discover that you are not alone. You are connected to all beings who are also struggling with noise, with fear, with longing for peace. When you sit quietly, breathing with awareness, you are not only helping yourself, you are contributing a small light of clarity to the collective field of consciousness. That, too, is part of your destiny, to become a person whose very presence is a small blessing to the world. If this sharing has resonated with you, if some image or story reflected something in your own life, I would be grateful to hear from you. You are welcome to share in the comments about a time when you tried to make your life quieter, and your heart became louder, and what you discovered from that experience. Maybe you left a job, moved to a new place, or ended a relationship, and realized that your inner patterns followed you. Maybe you begun a simple breathing practice and saw a real difference in how you handle stress. Maybe you are still in the middle of the storm, looking for a way to begin. Your words might bring comfort to someone who feels very alone with their inner noise. If you would like to continue exploring together topics of awakening, wisdom, karma, compassion, practice, and the subtle ways we can reshape destiny from inside. You are warmly invited to subscribe to this channel. If this video has brought you a sense of companionship or a little more clarity, you can support this space by liking the video, sharing it with a friend who might need it, or joining as a member so we can keep creating deep, long-form content like this. Thank you for walking with me through these reflections, for daring to look honestly at your own mind. May you carry from here not just the idea of peace, but one small practice you can use to touch peace in your own breath. May you remember, especially on the loud days, that the quiet you seek is not hiding somewhere far away. It has been waiting inside you all along. In the simple miracle of this present moment, life gets noisy. Work, stress, expectations. Sometimes we lose touch with the quiet part of ourselves. Bracelet isn't just an accessory. It's a small reminder that you deserve peace. You deserve moments of stillness. You deserve to hold on to your inner balance. If one of these bracelets speaks to your heart, you'll find the purchase link in the description below. And even more auctions available on our channel's shop page. Pick home the one that feels right.